What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Watch Darius TV. I know it's been probably like over a month, maybe 2 months now since my last video. I am officially back. I've been busy, working and all that, and it just basically took up a lot of my time. But now I'm back to drop some reviews, and yeah, I'm happy to be back. Right now, as you can see, this is going to be a review, and also, I know yesterday was Christmas and all, so I hope you all, had a good Christmas, enjoyed it, bought gifts, got gifts, all that stuff like that. Hope you had a really good Christmas. This is gonna just to go along with the whole Christmas theme. I will be doing a review currently of Violent Night that came out earlier this month. I know I'm super late, but that's my channel. I do things really late. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of my thing, I guess. But yeah, this would be a review of that movie, and yeah. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that stuff, and yeah, I'm back with some more content. So I guess yeah, let's begin. Yeah, so basically this movie starts off with this Santa. He's just completely getting wasted at a bar, and just drinking and stuff like that. The other guy that's like, I guess, a paid Santa, he's there. He basically sort of looks like the real Santa. He's bald and everything, and I kind of like the sort of like compare and contrast to the guy that's paid to be Santa and the actual real Santa. I like how they're just different. The fake Santa is more positive and more nicer, whereas the real Santa is just straight up blunt, and he just is what he is. I did kind of get some serious bad Santa vibes, like Billy Bob Thornton's Santa. You know how his movie was phenomenal. It was hilarious. I sort of got that kind of vibes from him. Like it sort of had maybe a little bit of influence when it comes down to creating this Santa in this movie. Then there's a scene where he just basically flies off in his sled and completely pukes on a woman. That definitely kind of reminded me so much of Bad Santa from a couple years ago. But yeah, I like the way this movie started out. Just showing him just look like he's almost sort of similar to Hancock in a way, where he's supposed to be a good guy, but he's just just sitting up drunk half the time doing his job. So I kind of like how they did that with this Santa. It was also nice to see the actor that played Translucent in The Boys. It was good to see him, seeing him in a good guy role compared to seeing him as Translucent. Uh, this couple seems to be co-parenting. Going. They're also filthy rich. Well, not them. I think the guy, the actor that plays Translucent, his character. I forgot his name. Jason, I think his name is. He's comes from a rich family, and he's co-parenting with the mother of his child, and there's that going on. I didn't really care much about their relationship, to be honest, in this movie. I felt it was kind of boring, to be honest, so I don't have much to say about that. Jason's sisters seem to be like sort of the worst, along with her, kind of douchey son and boyfriend going on. They just, those characters are definitely like obviously meant to be unlikable, and I don't know what to say about them. You know, they weren't really all that interesting. They're sort of boring secondary characters. The grandma, she was a bit of a pistol. Just saying whatever she wanted. She was a little bit more entertaining, I would say, more than the mom and the dad in this movie. I thought that the grandmother was a little bit more entertaining to watch, to be honest, compared to the sister that was kind of one dimensional, and the actor boyfriend or son-in-law, and the Justin Bieber sort of twin son they had going on here. Uh, anyway, cause also I like the scene where the Santa, he was going around delivering gifts and stuff like that, and one of the kids wanted some money, which I'm like, that's actually really smart, because when I was growing up, most kids just wanted video games and toys and stuff like that. So just to show you that a generation's changed, where these kids just want money now. They're just take the money and buy whatever they want. So that was pretty interesting to see, because it's a total generational gap. Most kids, like I said, growing up, they like the video games and stuff, and these kids want, money. So that was pretty smart, showing the difference in generation, I guess. Gertrude, the actress that played, I think her name was Gertrude or Trudy. Her name was just Gertrude, but they nicknamed her Trudy. She looked like she's 13 talking about Santa. Okay, I didn't know what was up with that. She, I know Black don't crack, but I mean, they really got it. It looked like the actress was maybe 13 years old or something like that, talking about Santa. I guess she was supposed to be playing a little girl, but she looked a little bit too old to be playing that, talking about Santa. So that was a little weird, but all right. Then the bad guys come in and they're like named after like Christmas characters. I like that whole little Christmas theme. Some of the Christmas themes in this was a little cheesy at times, but I did like the villains in this movie. I thought they were pretty interesting though. I didn't like I said I didn't really care about Jason and Linda's storyline. I already said that, but I just that whole relationship I thought was kind of boring. But I did like the choreography, the fight scenes in this movie. They're really good. Just they really put a lot of work into the choreography and all that stuff, and the fighting styles and the violence are pretty cool. The way they set that up with the makeup design. So I thought that was pretty good. I like that in the movie. I did also like Santa's suit. It looked like he had more of like a leather suit. It gave him like a little bit more of a modern touch instead of him just having some sort of, I don't know, I guess wool suit. They sort of made it like look leather, like it was made out of some type of leather type of material. So I like that. I thought that was an interesting look to him. It sort of felt like more modern, up to date. As rich as they were, they definitely had some pretty awful security. The mom and her big, huge mansion. I just figured they would probably have better security than that, But go figure. They did have better security. I guess they had that hit squad that came in, but they ended up working with the Scrooge guy. I think his name was the main villain. I think his name was Scrooge. I remember looking up on IMDb. I could be wrong, but or maybe his name was Jim or something. I don't really remember. But the main bad guy, they worked together. So, but definitely, I thought with them being as rich as they are, they could have had some way better security than they did, though. But Santa's fight scene in a room with his first fight scene I think he had in the room, that was a really tense scene that he had fighting that dude, and he threw him out the window and he like got impaled on whatever that cane or whatever. That was a really intense fight. I like that. John Leguizamo's character, I think he was a little too cartoony. I think he was just a little too animated, and like I said, I love his other work, but I just felt that his character in the villain in this movie was a little too cartoon-like, and it just kind of, it just made the character a little less interesting, I think. But yeah. Anyway, so Gertrude, the grandmother, basically, Jason's mom. She ends up the one that stole 300 mil, and I remember hearing something about that. I'll be honest, this movie I was kind of a little confused. I think she stole 300 mil, so the bad guys are coming to look for that. So I believe that's what was going on. I don't really remember, to be honest. I should have remembered that, but anyway. So Santa ends up having a fight scene at the pool table. I thought that was a really crazy fight, really cool, good choreography. Santa and Trudy talking on the walkie-talkie scene. I thought that was pretty nice. I love Santa's list that he has, like a list that he just pulls, and it's like sort of like a like like it's like some type of holographic type of list that he has. I thought that just looked pretty cool, new, modern, up to date type of thing instead of him just having a piece of paper. I just thought that those little details were pretty cool. Jason tells Trudy that Santa isn't real, but who cares? They all might die, and she's more worried about Santa being real or not. I thought that was pretty. I know it's just a movie, but it feels so weird that this little girl cares more about Santa than her own parents almost. But this Santa is also tatted up, so that's interesting. He comes from some sort of warrior background, so that's different. Like I said, it feels very original. This Santa, I like his whole origin story that he was some type of warrior and he was a bad guy, and so I like that. I thought that was a really good touch. Jason and his mom have like a close scene about a card. I don't think they really. Maybe I must have forgot something about that. But it was a scene where they had some type of touching moment or something like that where they share something about a card. If anybody can remember that, just comment below. I'm doing a horrible review right now, but it was something they had a scene where they had a heart to heart over a card. We don't know what it was about. I'm not sure, but I don't remember that. But anyway, this Santa, like I said, he has some type of Thor type warrior past. I don't know what was up with that, but like I said, I thought that was an interesting touch. The main villain, I think his name was Scrooge. He turned bad basically because he had like a bad Christmas, and his grandfather dying, or he sort of hints that he sort of killed his own grandfather, so by accident in a way. Okay, I still think the character was basically kind of cartoon like, but I don't. Yeah, I wasn't really all that impressed with his origin story like that about how he turned bad. It just, yeah. This Santa can teleport through fire. That was pretty impressive. The whole scene where he teleports through a chimney or something like that, or I thought that was pretty cool. Cool, modern, up to date touch of how he, goes through chimneys and stuff. I thought that was really nice. We find out that the kill squad that the grandmother had basically was working with Scrooge the whole time, and they completely wipe out the douchey actor son-in-law. So that was pretty cool. I did not care about his character at all. Scrooge finally breaks into the vault and finds out somebody basically sort of stopped their plan from him being able to get the 300 mil. So Trudy cares more about. Let me see. Trudy. Yeah, so I always thought the character of the little girl Trudy, I always felt it seemed kind of weird she cared more about Santa than herself and her own parents. I know it's just a movie, but just like, dang, this girl really is not worried about her family being held hostage and some killers coming to comfort him. Maybe I guess she knew that Santa was going to save them and save the day at the end, but it's like, dang, this girl really is not worried about her being held hostage with her parents. But all right. I thought some of the dialogue was a little cheesy, with the whole Christmas references, but I guess that was the point because sometimes it just got so overly cheesy where it just felt like that. I guess that was the point, but yeah. Then Santa has that scene where he just slaughters a whole kill squad. He just basically just goes off and just basically takes them all out. I thought that was a pretty epic scene. We find out Jason was planning on stealing his mom's money. That was an interesting plot twist. Okay, not really all that impressed by it, but okay. Um, then there's that whole stair booby trap was pretty clever. I guess they basically started to sort of turn the movie into like an R-rated version of Home Alone in a way. I guess with the whole traps that they had set up. I love that. I thought that was pretty cool what Trudy did, set them all up like that. That was definitely had to be a clear homage to Home Alone. So yeah, that was cool to see. The elf guy, he just basically did what most villains do in his scene, where he was holding the family hostage. The elf guy, and he did the whole typical villain stuff where he was running his mouth too much. He ended up getting beat up, and his family. Then they finally overpowered him and got him up out of there. But did the whole cheesy villain talk stuff. Anyway, but Jason and Lydia, then they had a scene where they team up and they take out the bad guy and then they fall in love again. Of course, felt a little predictable. Like I said, I never cared about their whole relationship. The movie is clearly centered around Santa. We want to see him fight the bad guys. We could care less about Jason and Linda's storyline. That was boring. I'm sorry. I like how Scrooge is like on a naughty list and shows all his crimes that he had. I like that scene that they did. Cool touch. Jimmy or Scrooge or whatever the main villain's name is, I'm not sure what he goes by. On IMDb, it said his name was Scrooge, so I'm gonna call him that. So Scrooge and Santa, which I thought that was pretty cool that they add in the character of Scrooge, another Christmas story into the Santa movie. I like that whole setup to it. Like it's almost like they're having a what do you call it, like a crossover or something. I kind of liked how they did that. But anyway, they have a face off and they fight it out, in the forest, and then Santa does this whole teleportation trick and ends up, getting Scrooge up out of there. He killed him through the chimney, which was a pretty epic, almost Mortal Kombat type of kill. I thought that was pretty dope. And then, unfortunately, Santa ends up getting shot by the leader of the Kill Squad, but then the leader of the Kill Squad ends up getting murked by Gertrude. So Trudy ends up crying over Santa, of course, more than her own family. It's like she could care less about her mom and her dad. And then them believing somehow made Santa come back to life, even after they, burned half a mil for nothing. But, okay. And then Santa's reindeers finally return, and he goes back to basically delivering gifts around the world for children. And that was it. Um, I don't know much I can say about this movie. It was an entertaining movie. I really only liked it because of the scenes where Santa was just taking out the bad guys. That was really it. Honestly, most of these characters in this movie I could care less about. The grandmother was okay. She was the only one that was sort of entertaining. The villain was a little too cheesy and cartoony, but I did like when the bad guys finally came in and Senna just basically sort of, took them all out. I thought that was pretty cool. Trudy, I didn't really care about, that girl, 13 going on 3, talking about Santa, but, I thought they could have got a younger actress, instead of somebody looking she was about to start high school and talking about, no, Santa. Yeah. Like I said, choreography was pretty dope, and other than that, this felt a little bit more original compared to most other uh, movies I've seen about Senna. Obviously, they did the whole original concept to this, and I thought it was pretty good. I will give this movie, give it a solid 2 out of 4 stars, and yeah. So anyway, that's my review of Violent Night. I'll be having more content coming in for the rest of this week. I'm trying to do as much reviews as I can. I know I took a month off and I really shouldn't have, but I was busy, working and all the other stuff like that. Sorry, but I hope you like this video. I'll be doing more content, and thank you for watching my review of Violent Night. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and thank you for watching my video.